Hi, I'm Bill Stein, and this is my Edge 540. A lot of these airplanes are pretty much the same, so most of what I have to say applies to all the little airplanes. First of all, what I want to tell people and make sure they understand is it's insured. But seriously, we're all about the dude, not the airplane. These airplanes are strong. You can pick this airplane up by anything. The tail, the prop, probably the tail wheel, the wing. So they're very strong. If it's upside down, you can pick it up with any part of it. Also, they're pretty light, so you can get a couple of dudes, get them to bend down underneath the spar and lift up a wing. If we were changing a tire, that's how we'd do it. We wouldn't use a jack. We'd just be ready. A couple of guys would pick up the wing, pull off the tire, put it on a wood block. So the message there is, if it's upside down and you need to lift up a wing to get the pilot out, a couple people can do that. The other thing is that it's pretty light, so you can spin it around. A friend of mine just got very lucky and survived a fire that was a smoke fire because he spun around when he stopped after his crash, and the wind was blowing pretty good and it blew it away from the cockpit. So if that's a situation where there's a fire that's not an explosive fire, you can actually get one person and spin the airplane around even if it's not on its gear, so that any kind of smoke fire is blown away from the pilot. All right, so steel tube fuselage, the only way out is through the top. It's a Lexan Canopy, so the wimpiest of hatchets will get through it with one chop. If it's upright, then you can just grab the latch, pull it back, use the vent as a handle and open it up. But a hatchet would do pretty good as well. So once you're in the airplane, then probably the first thing you'd want to do is turn off the electrical system. And that's just right here. The bottom left on almost every airplane, and certainly mine, is the master switch. So that switch down, all the switches down, everything's off. But only that one is what you need to do. And then on the right, by my right knee, is the fuel selector valve. You can turn that from fuselage, where it's pointing to off. Rotate 90 to the left and it's off. So that'll stop any kind of gas, and you have the electric off. Fuel in this airplane, the max fuel for an aerobatic flight is 18 gallons. It's going to be in the center, land with maybe 5, so there's not a lot of av fuel in there, and it's all in the center, up in the center of the cockpit. The seat belts are pretty standard. These are hooker harnesses. They're a 5-point harness with a safety belt. So there's 2 latches that you would undo. You just pop this latch and pop this latch. They're opposite directions, and the seat belts come apart. There's a crotch strap. You just push out of the way. Seat belts, shoulder straps go away. The other thing is they're seat belts. So any kind of seat belt cutter that you use in a car will work just fine on these. In my airplane, the seat belts are olive green. After that, nothing's a better handle than a parachute to get a pilot out. You just grab the parachute, pull the pilot out, and go from there. That's really the essence of what it is to extract someone from this airplane. So if it's upside down, you do what you got to do to get the pilot available to get out, open up the canopy. So you might lift the wing up, you might push up on the tail to get enough space, get the canopy open, hatch it, or use the latch. Electric off, you can turn the gas off, that's a good idea, and undo the seat belts or cut them, grab the parachute, and away. And don't worry about the airplane, it's insured.